I feel like a lot of people, I said this before in a previous video, but I think like a lot of people, they try to limit themselves in terms of like their diet, whether they're trying to lose weight or gain weight, and it's like, oh no, I can't go out and go out to dinner. Obviously, you know, going out to the bars and having a drink and getting like plastered, you know, obviously that's not helping anyone in any forms, it's not helping any like purpose in terms of like your fitness journey. So I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to be talking about going out to dinner and, you know, ruining your diet. It doesn't really ruin your diet, and people need to stop thinking about it like, oh, I messed up on my diet because I went out to dinner and then yeah, we had like a whole thing, went to the Cheesecake Factory and had a whole thing of bread, or I had a slice of cheesecake after dinner, or I had like, you know, I didn't go home and like eat my meal prep because I went out for like someone's birthday and I had cake and, you know, all this good stuff. You know, that's gonna like I've talked about this before, but it's like, it's gonna happen, and it's okay when it happens. It's not going to mess you up if you're on your diet for the most part of the whole entire week. Now, you know, I said this in the previous video, but if you're having one cheat meal, one cheat day, let's say 2 dinners on the weekend, right? 7 days a week, 3 meals a day, that's 21 meals every week. And if you mess up on 2, you mess up on 3, you're still in the like 80 to 90% hitting your diet. So that's pretty good. But if you are like wanting to be like, oh, mitigate it even more, I got you guys covered. So I do this on my weight loss cutting journey. If I know I'm gonna go out and I know that I'm gonna go out and get some like this is like all the time in the summer, but I'm gonna go out and go to like get some dinner, you know, have a beer and a nice warm summer night. What I like to do is in the morning, you know, post-workout shakes, whatever, but like I like to eat high, like almost all of my protein for breakfast, lunch, and pre-dinner, like snack and stuff like that. So basically, you know, almost all protein and then just all vegetables, and I keep the protein to a very lean source of protein, egg whites, chicken, fish, things like that, because when you go out to eat, you usually what restaurants serve you, unless you're going to like a steakhouse or like anything like that, it's not really high in protein. What they serve you is basically high in carbs, high in fat. And the reason why I say high in fat is because they cook with oils, they cook with butter, all this kind of stuff, because, you know, it tastes good, and you know, they're not using like non-stick spray. But that's okay. So when I'm on a cut, what I like to do is in the morning, sample, right? 2 scoops of protein, breakfast, egg whites with some vegetables, maybe a little bit of cheese, low-fat cheese, lunch, vegetables, all green vegetables, like a vegetable medley or whatever, frozen vegetables with chicken breast or some like fish that's lower in fat, like cod. I like cod. And then I don't like tilapia. I feel like tilapia is not that great, but I keep the carbs to a minimum. And then right before dinner or anything like that, maybe like Greek yogurt with some like sweetener or like Jello pudding mix, boom. And, you know, hit like pretty much 80% of my protein goal, because like I'm gonna have some sort of like protein for dinner. It's just not gonna be substantial. So that's the way I like to do it. If you guys think this is helpful in your guys' weight loss journey, this is how you guys can approach it. This is the way I approach it, and I think this would help you if you're a person that likes to go out to dinners, likes to go out on the weekends for dinners, for parties, for drinks and stuff like that. This is a way that can help mitigate any sort of quote-unquote damage that you've done over like the weekend, or any damage you've done over the weekend, or anything like damage that you've done towards your diet. It's not really damage. You guys got to stop thinking of it that way. But in addition to all of that, there is going to be bloating, right? Sometimes you will bloat the next day. Sometimes you will bloat and, you know, and gain 5-7 pounds, depending on what you eat, depending on what you drink, right? Beer bloats you. High sodium, MSG, all that stuff, right? You're gonna get bloated. The increase, if you're on a weight loss journey and you have a high carb meal that, you know, that's over the carbs of your, you know, what you're used to, you know, carbs hold water. You're gonna be holding a lot more water. It doesn't necessarily you're gonna be bloated, but you could be like, you could fill up your glycogen stores, so that you could be heavier that way. Keep in mind that you did go out and you did all of this stuff. You have to be honest with yourself. You can't just be like, oh, I didn't lose any weight. Yeah, well, you went to Cheesecake Factory and you had a whole thing of bread and you had a whole dinner and you had 2 glasses of wine and you had cheesecake. Like, what do you think is gonna happen to the scale? That's okay. I'm not saying that that's wrong. Next day, hop back on the horse, drink some water, flush that all out of your system, and you'll be okay. But, you know, people are gonna do, oh, geez. I thought I hit something, but it was a pothole. But yeah, no, I hope this helps you guys, and like, I hope this way of like dieting and the way of thinking of like, I messed up, or things like that. I really don't like that way of thinking, because, you know, it's the fitness journey, the diet journey, everything is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and it's not an all or nothing approach. That is the wrong mentality of like, oh, you know, if I don't get it 100%, then it's never gonna work. No, it's gonna work. It's definitely gonna work. But just having that, if I'm not 100%, if I don't hit my cardio, if I don't hit my, I mean, sleep is very important, so I'm not gonna say that, but like, if I don't hit my cardio 100%, if I don't hit my lifts 100% this week, if I don't hit my diet, my macros, or anything like that this week, then nothing's gonna work. It's all a fail. I'm a failure. No, you're not. Look at the positives. You hit six times. You went to the gym. You hit 3 out of your 4 lifts. You hit 2 out of your 3 cardio sessions. You hit 18 meals out of 21 meals. I'm just keeping 3 meals a day just for simplicity reasons. 18 meals out of 21 throughout the week that you hit your macros and you were good. Those are all positives. And I think that's what people need to look at when it comes to like dieting and stuff. It's not all or nothing approach. But that's my little post-gym rant plus very hungry rant.